Hi, I'm Dom Raymond. I'm one of the owners at Fase Fitness. Training was different than the normal regimen that I was used to. I used to lift pretty heavy, but I used to incorporate a lot of circuit training as well. So, 3 days out of my week would be heavy, 2 days would be circuit training, and kind of mixing it up. Whereas the training for my competition was more specific. It was more narrowing down the muscle groups and zeroing in on my weak points and building up those weak points so that they were accentuated come showtime. But it really took a toll nutrition wise, because yes, I always ate clean, but it really held me accountable where I was forced to follow my macros, meaning my proteins, my carbs, and my fats, and had to follow those guidelines and meet those guidelines every single day in order to achieve the end result. What kept me motivated the most was actually the other owner of Fase Fitness, Greg Lovato, as well as Claudine Buchanan, who also competed in the competition. And having all of us in our facility working out 7 days a week and busting our butts, it was amazing. If one of us was down, we'd pick the other one back up, and vice versa. So having all of us being a support group was huge. And on top of having my family 110% behind me throughout the whole entire way, also played a huge role in me pushing forward, because this is something that I've always played with as far as competing, but I never pulled the trigger. And I would say about 8-9 months ago, when all of us were talking about competing, we decided that we would do it together. And throughout the whole entire process, we stuck with each other. We made sure that none of us quit. And in the end result, I think we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. The biggest obstacle that I encountered was, I'm a huge family man, and I love spending time with my family. And doing a competition, the first thing that you have to know is it does take away that time with your family. And I just had a baby about 6 months ago, and that first year in a child's life is huge, it's critical. And maybe my timing for competing was off, and I would agree that it was off, but I would say that I managed the family time and competing time, and the time that it took from the start of my prep to the end of my prep to walk on stage. I think balancing the family time and the prep time was the most difficult. And at first I had trouble kind of finding a way to not just focus everything on myself and still keep in mind that I do have a family at home and they need my attention as well. And once I got into the groove of things, I was able to say, hey, I need to kind of take a step back and allow myself more time with my family. And I think allowing that time with my family ended up making my workouts better, making my meal preparation easier, because I found myself at a happier place knowing that I was able to get that quality time with my family, and then also able to do what I needed to do to get myself ready for the show. biggest lifestyle change, like I had previously mentioned, was my accountability on my nutrition. I've always been fairly lean and didn't necessarily have to watch what I ate. Even though I always ate fairly clean, I never followed my proteins, fats, carbs to a T to achieve an end result. Never in my life. And when having just a number hold you accountable, it's amazing what that number can do to your body. And having it change week by week by week, you notice this transformation in your body, and it's a very rewarding transformation. And so I think even to this day, it's been 3 weeks after the competition, and I'm still following those macros. I've done a reverse diet where I started out where I ended my prep, and now I'm working back up so that my carbs increase week by week, so that I don't come out sloppy at the end of the week and look like crap, so that my body can react to those carbs in a more reasonable fashion. And then by the time I'm in my bulking phase, my body will react positively to the increase in calorie intake, increase in carbs. My protein will stay the same, and my fat will stay the same. My carbs will be up, and my body will react in a positive way. Tips that I can give people is, one, go check out a show before you even think about doing a show. See if this is something that you could see yourself doing. 2, never do it alone. I had a coach throughout this whole entire prep, and she helped me immensely, keeping me and holding me accountable every single week. And I will mention her name, Claudine. Claudine has been a huge asset to the results that I achieved, and I couldn't thank her any more for providing me her time and taking the time out of her daily routine to help me out, which I couldn't appreciate it anymore. Also, know your body's limitations. Know what you can and cannot achieve. And in my opinion, if you want it bad enough, there's nothing that you cannot achieve. Well, my ideal situation would be to eventually become a pro. And I know that my body is not where it should be. So I am taking the year to build muscle where I need to build and focus on really perfecting my physique. And I plan on competing in Illinois State next year, hopefully qualifying once again for junior nationals and then competing at junior nationals next year. I had contemplated on doing junior nationals this year, but why am I going to walk on stage when I know that my body is not at the caliber of a junior national competitor? A lot of people will step on stage once they qualify for junior nationals and they become disappointed in the results that they achieve at that level and sometimes never compete again. I'm not going to step on stage unless I'm 110% confident that I'm going to do well. And I feel that it will take a year for me to be confident in the new physique that I plan to bring to stage. Fase Fitness Inc. is where it's at. Address 282 Commonwealth Drive in Carroll Stream, Illinois. We do private personal training here. We also train group sessions. We also have boot camp sessions Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. Come join us. We have a friendly family atmosphere here that makes everyone welcome. So come check us out. If you haven't liked us on Facebook, do so. If you haven't liked us on Instagram, do so as well. Thank you very much.